Morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians, and subscribers. I'm here to tell you about Windows and Apple systems. Right. Now, it comes down to apples and oranges, and we will call Microsoft oranges. Now, frankly, I like oranges myself, because oranges, you got more flavor, and it's just so much juicier. Anyways, the Apple OS, good solid system, will not crash. But here's the kicker. You want a MacBook Air, it's going to run an Intel HD 4000 chip, which means you cannot handle games that well. It's not designed for gaming. The MacBook Pro that you want to look at, you're paying $1,800 for an NVIDIA chip to run your games. That's right, $1,800 to $2,800. The top four 15-inch Retina screens are the ones that can run the games. That's right. Now, if you want a good gaming rig, you go with Windows. You can find them very affordable as long as you have the what do you call it? The Radeon chips. Now, I remember last year's model of the HP Mac Mini. It's like this big. It's small as a laptop. You just hook up a USB CD-ROM drive, and it had, if you got the right one, the $7.99 Jobby, I call them Jobbies, you would get a video chip in it for games. But they decided to take out, because they figured for that price, you want it for the internet. So, now you understand that Windows has got more applications. Yes, Windows is more prone to viruses, but you got a choice. $400 to $800 for a gaming rig that you can use. By the way, they will overheat. Or $1,800 to $2,800 for an Apple, which the operating system, they say, never ever crashes. Yeah, so you got a choice: Mac or Windows. A lot of people run Windows because it's easier to find software, and you don't have to pay a bundle of money or a boatload of money for an Apple product. You get the Apple fanboys that say, "Oh, I can't live without my Apple. It's the best. Fork out the money and it'll never fail." That's true. But Apple's also the type that will bring out a new model every year. Whereas a Windows computer you can run for 2 or 3 years. The Apple you can't too, but for the price, people say, "Oh yeah, it's great. I just spent $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever for an Apple product." And it's like, yeah, it's a quality product, but eventually, you won't be able to find, software for it. And there are a lot of games out there. You got to make sure they're Macintosh compatible. That is why you must make sure you have the right specs for the games. You see these games that says Windows, blah, 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 and then you look over at the Mac, and it's like, it's like, oh, well, my Mac doesn't run that. But Windows, you can take out your video card if it's expired and you got the right gaming rig, and you're like, oh, my video card's outdated. What do I do? All of a sudden, you fire up your computer after popping in, say, a new $200 gaming rig card, good for another few years. When that goes outdated and you're like, oh, well, the newest computer's got more, you take out the RAM, pop in more. Now, let's just say you want to update your motherboard, you want to update your RAM, you want to keep your hard drive, which is good. Then you just interchange the parts. Macs, well, you can update the RAM, but you can't do much more, and usually they sell you X amount of RAM, that's it. So you can be like, say, 20 gigs of RAM, for example, and it's like, oh yeah, I got a 20 gig RAM, but still you got to make sure that it's compatible with Apple. So, and that is why a lot of people go with Windows. Look at Linux. Linux, people said, oh yes, it's virus free and you can use the mimicked Windows program. But where did Ubuntu go? Where did Linux go? Still a free program, but now you must look for it, because several companies like Asus was using it and it didn't sell. Dell was doing an Ubuntu version 2 to lower the cost for the netbooks. Didn't take off. They went Windows 7. Windows XP, Windows 7. It also depends on what you're looking for. Now, If you want a traveling computer just for traveling, Mac's good. But again, you're paying $1,000 minimum just for a laptop. Whereas for say $400 to $1,000, you can get a dang decent laptop that'll run years and years. Oh, and by the way, another tip for you. Take your laptop, you buy one of those things for QVC that sits on the bottom of your computer, as long as you know where it's properly located for your fan. And it's a secondary cooling system, so your computer stays cooler. And you don't have to worry about it overheating. Only thing is it should work only when it's plugged in at home, and they're about 20 bucks or so. So, you got a choice. Windows for more money. Macintosh for more money, Windows for less money, or do you want to do something else? Now, a lot of people say, oh yes, well, you know, again, I don't recommend Windows 8, that's my opinion, you can take it or leave it, but I can tell you, if you want a computer that's very good, check out any HPs, Dells, Toshibas. Someone said on a feed about, oh yeah, the hinge breaks. Well, Toshiba doesn't have the best customer service either. Dell does, but you know, most customer service is out of country. It's just you got to take what you get. Customer service, from every time I talk to an Apple representative, they are in America. So, it also depends on what you're looking for. I've had no problems with HP. Aaron's got no trouble with Dell. Let me show you. Here's Aaron's Dell. 4 gigs of RAM. Right here, you're paying, it's got the Windows 7. It's got an Intel i3 processor. And this baby is running, it also is running a gaming chip, the Intel 4000 HD, which means it runs proper. So, there you go. My computer's HP. I like it. I got a Blu-ray and everything, but that's beside the point. So, point is Windows, which a lot of stuff's compatible. You can buy a virus program, McAfee, Norton's. I don't recommend Norton's. I use McAfee. Then you buy with McAfee or Norton's or whatever, or AVG, which is great. Avast is great too. I prefer Avast on my desktop. It's free and it works properly. But if you need to know, there's other software I recommend. I can recommend you download it as soon as you get your computer. Point is most of those programs are fine. They do have it for Mac, but I highly recommend it for Windows. Windows might have more viruses, but I've had maybe 3 in my entire 2 years with my computer. So my desktop, I've had none. So I just wanted to let you know that it depends on apples and oranges. Now, Apple, of course, is the type that likes to wring every dollar out of your wallet or purse. And they charge good quality, but you can go 5 years and you can still get new batteries and everything else for your computer. And they last for a long time. If you take care of your computer right, it can last a long time. Slap in a new battery, keep it clean, you're good to go. So, I hope that helps you. Apple, more money. Windows, less money. But I highly recommend Windows myself, but not 8. 8's still buggy because they haven't configured it properly for games. That said, please add and subscribe if you like. Please post comments if you like. And please add me as a friend if you like. Thank you and have a nice day.